So here's kind of a classical cold start problem. The problem is that when a new user comes, they just signed in, you have to somehow ask them what do they like so that you can provide them some content. Otherwise, the home feed is empty, right? So how do we do that, right? The way Pinterest does this is that the user signs in. This is the first time, a new account is created, and we offer them a way for them to tell us what are they interested in, right? So, maybe it's technology, maybe it's travel, design, photography, and so on and so forth, right? And after they selected a few of these, we can then go and generate the home feed, right? If the person here would say, I'm interested in fitness, we would start putting some fitness pins in. Or if they say, I'm interested in food, we put them a food pin in there, and so on, right? So this is kind of part of the new user flow that allows us to construct this very, very quickly. And of course, kind of the question very quickly is, what should we put here, right? If this is a woman, should we put men's apparel up here? Probably not, okay? So the question is, what do we show to the user the first time they sign in, right? And now, why is this a hard problem? The first hard problem is that the user just joined the product. They have no clue what Pinterest is. And now I'm asking them, are you interested in technology? Kind of, they don't know what technology is for Pinterest. Or if you think about it, they are interested in recipes, right? So if, if an Asian person comes, their recipes will be different than for me, who's, I'm coming from Europe, so we like, sausages and potatoes or something, right? So things like that, right? So how do you solve that problem? The second problem is that if I want to build this kind of recommender system, I have thousands of these interests from which I can recommend, right? I have thousands of these items that I could show to the user. And the question is, which ones do I even score, right? Which one do I even examine for a given user? Because this has to run in real time, right? I've seen the user just signed in, and I have maybe 1/10 of a second, maybe 200 milliseconds to make my recommendations. I cannot, spawn off a Hadoop job and do some magic. I have to do it immediately. And another interesting thing that comes here is really kind of what's my objective, right? My objective could be to get the user follow as many of these as possible. It would be a fair objective, but it wouldn't be kind of the objective you really want. What we want, for example, is that we want a new user to be active 28 days later, right? So I don't care how many of things they select here. I couldn't care less. What I want is that they are on the site 28 days later, right? So how do I now build a recommender system that will optimize this metric? Right? I get to see what people do here, but at the end, I don't care what they select. I care whether they'll be on the site 28 days later, right? So kind of the point is that many times the metric you really want to move and what you can optimize for can be very different things, okay? And to get this one right, it took us 7 iterations of experiments before we figured it out, and I'll tell you how we figured it out.